Ever been stuck on an endless loop with a chatbot? You're trying to type in your question and it just keeps replying like restart the modem or power off your phone. It's frustrating, right? I'm Jeff Eyet. I teach AI leadership at UC Berkeley, and I help corporate teams turn AI buzzwords into bottom line results. Today, I'm going to show you why most chatbots feel broken and how you can use user-centered design that emphasizes results. Let's break down the three kinds of chatbots because once you know how they're built, you'll understand how they succeed and sometimes fail. The first is a rules-based chatbot. This is the classic press 1 for customer service, press 2 for billing, etc. But what happens when that flow doesn't work? Tough luck, right? Second is a keyword-based chatbot. That's where you might type in something like, I have a question about my bill, and the system recognizes the word bill and directs you to the appropriate department. But what happens if as a user you get the question wrong in the eyes of the chatbot? Well, you're back to square one. Finally, there are generative chatbots, and these are powered by large language models. To the user, they'll feel the most conversive, but to the company, they pose the greatest risk because they have the widest guide rails and run the risk of not only hallucinating, but worse, giving you the wrong answer and ultimately having a knock-on effect to the brand. So again, the trade-off with chatbots is very simple. More narrow, more control, but not as great of a customer experience. On the flip side, if we open it up and give it more flexibility, that brings risk to the brand. So how do you build a good chatbot? You build it the same way you build a good prompt, with clarity, structure, and purpose. Here's the 5-part framework that I use with my clients and students. Building a scalable chatbot requires clarity, structure, and purpose. Let me show you a very brief example. If I were to say, respond like a chatbot to my wireless bill, what's it going to say? It's going to give me ideas like, here's how a typical chatbot would look at it. How can I help you? Here's some data, right? And then what would you like to do? This to me looks like a keyword-based chatbot. It's not giving me like press 1 for billing, press 2 for customer service. It knows I have a question about my bill, but instead it's giving me some data, but it's not going off and doing like a generative chatbot. Now, let's come back and add some context. Let's give it a persona or top performing friendly customer service agent. What's the scope? I have a question about my wireless bill. What's the style? You interact directly with customers, knowing some are upset, some are happy, some are concerned, have empathy. Give it some Q&A examples and fall back at the end of the day. Do not hallucinate. So now, how is it going to change this interaction? Let's take a look. Well, if the user says, why is my bill so high? We'll say, hey, thanks for reaching out. I understand it's frustrating. Let's take a look together. Obviously, you can see empathy has been added to this conversation and a sense of collaboration. Here's what I found in your bill, etc. Compared to last month, it looks like it's about $18 higher. Would you like help reviewing your plan? And if I were to say, give me your manager, absolutely, I'm here to help. Let's connect. And here's the unlock. With those same ingredients that we use in the previous sessions about prompting, your chatbots can be smart, not just on repeat with rules and trainings behind it, but actually having empathy and understanding your user. Design it well, and you're not just deflecting tickets, but you're building trust with your users that can save your team hours of repetitive work. Want to go further? In our next video, I'll show you how to connect your chatbot to real-time data using RAGs, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Until that time, try this out. Find a chatbot. Go to your favorite service, maybe it's an airline or your internet provider, your cell phone company, and just see, are they applying a bot? And if so, is it a rules-based bot, a keyword-based bot, or a generative bot based on an LLM? When do you get frustrated? How does it respond? It'll help you build a better workflow in your company. If you're ready to build better bots and bring smarter AI strategy to your organization, let's talk. I run executive briefings and trainings that help executives demystify AI and find actionable use cases within their organization that deliver results. And remember, when planning your strategy, always remember, go big.